Now, at one point, you changed your name to Metta World Peace, which everyone was kind of shocked over.
Yeah.
Why Metta World Peace?
Metta World Peace is a great name. Buddhist. I grew up a Baptist in a Baptist church, but as you get older, things change in your life, and so I'm really adjusted to the Buddhism way of thinking.
So you're a Buddhist?
I'm not Buddhist, but I definitely I meditate a lot. I'm really into it.
Because it means loving kindness and friendliness towards all?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Things you don't learn when you're younger in the hood. And the hood is like pop anything and all. But
because you're considered one of the most aggressive players out there. So
Yeah.
to take one of the most aggressive guys in a very high impact sport, and to say loving kindness and friendliness towards all, I mean, because you're not really friendly with the other team when you're trying to beat them.
Absolutely not.
You're trying to win.
But what happens is in the media, when you're selling something, you're gonna do anything you can to sell it. And the media is very, they can manipulate anybody. And basketball is a game. How we grew up playing. We from the streets. I'm not from Beverly Hills. You see what I'm saying? So people can't expect me just because I'm in the NBA. That I could be from Zionsville in Indiana, where I live at. I'm not from Zionsville. You understand? I'm not from Highland Park in Chicago. I'm from the streets.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And if you go and if you don't like it, then I don't know what to say.
Well, a lot of players from your era are saying the game right now is too soft and friendly.
I think the game is soft, but it's okay. It's cool. I think we grew up different, and I think the main thing is that you get guys that's from New Orleans, and these guys will never be able to make it. They go to elementary school, drug infested neighborhoods. You understand? Then they get to high school. They don't pass their grades. They can't get to college, right? They go to junior college. They have different issues going on in the family household and environment. Some might go to jail. These guys never get the opportunity. I was one of the guys that got the opportunity because I stayed narrow. I was on that thin line, and which is a lot of guys that are on that thin line. You understand? We're not from Beverly Hills. We're from basically it's like a war zone where we're from. So you can't expect me to act, accordingly, when I'm on that court. Now, the flip side, yeah, you could get rid of me. You could badmouth me in the media, and you could, not deal with me. Brands could not deal with me. Yeah, it's cool, and I understand they don't want to deal with a street dude like myself. You understand? But it is what it is. I love the streets. I love the hood. That's never gonna change.
Right. I've heard stories.
I changed my name to Metta because the reason I changed my name to Metta because I feel a certain way about my environment and my earth and my people.
Yeah.
And people around me. So I'm not gonna let anybody influence me and tell me that I'm a bad dude or I don't like people or I'm just me. Nah, I'm more than that. I survived. A tough place. I survived drug-infested neighborhoods.
I mean, I've heard stories like people telling me how they would see Ron Artest in Queensbridge just walk around by himself, like no security, just chilling. Like, what I'm saying? Which you don't see a lot of
Right.
Celebrities of your caliber doing anymore.
But sometimes in the hoods, and whether I was walking around Chicago, LA, or Queensbridge, sometimes you get people who are afraid to go back after they make a certain amount of money. I never wanted to be that person, that was afraid to walk anywhere, because, then I walk around in fear, and that's not me. You understand? But I have a lot of great friends in my neighborhood, people that's in jail right now, people that's still in the neighborhood, people that, but at the same time, we all grew up the same way, so when people talk about, if you talk about Dennis Rodman, you talk about me. You talk about somebody in jail, you talk about me. You talk about me, you talk about somebody else, right? We all grew up the same way in the struggle.
I remember, did you see the Nas, I think, Illmatic documentary that just came out?
Yeah.
Remember when they opened up, there was the insert that had Nas with like the Henny bottle with all his friends in the picture, and they were like, this guy's dead, this guy's doing life, this guy's dead, this guy just did 20, this guy's dead, this guy's dead. And it was like literally like every single person in the picture was fucked up.
Yeah, that's how it is.
Except for Nas and Jungle, pretty much.
That's how it is.
Yeah.
That's exactly how it is. But people don't understand that. I can't go to CocaCola and say, listen, I want to endorse CocaCola, but listen, my boy, you know, he just went to jail for 10 years, and that's my man, and he always gonna be my man. You know understand what I'm saying?
Coca-Cola.
They don't want to hear that.
Yeah. Nah,
they don't want to hear that. And or I can't go to like, you know, State Farm and be like, yeah, I want to do a State Farm commercial, but listen, you know, I'm from the streets. I'm always represent the hood. I'm ghetto, and it is what it is. You see what I'm saying? Now I could switch up I could have, you know, came into the league a little different, but I never wanted to forget where I'm from. I didn't want to totally change. Now, Metta World Peace, yeah, that's a little different. That's me. I feel like that. But at the same time, I still love where I'm from. You understand?
Do you think that the Pacers-Pistons Brawl that happened, do you think that always kind of haunts you when it comes to endorsements and that type of thing?
Well, I mean, the Pacers-Pistons Brawl, yeah, it can haunt me when it comes to endorsements or different corporate opportunities. But that's a part of me. Somebody did something to me. I reacted, you know. I can't change who I am.
Yeah.
I can't change the fact that, you know, I had to grow up in survival mode. And then when I get older, if you put me in a situation where I got to survive, I will. It was a time it happened. You know, it was something that you wish it didn't happen because you lost a lot of money, but you put yourself in a situation, anybody put themselves in a situation, you know, they probably would have done the same thing. It was unfortunate. But
what do you think really triggered it going over the top the way it did? Because fights happen.
What do you think triggered it? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know either. If you don't know, I don't know.
If you don't know, I don't know.
If you don't know, I don't know.
Right, because then even the fans started getting involved in it and everything.
You know, it was. If nobody knows what happened, then I don't know what happened. I ain't gonna lie.
Sure.
Yeah.
I feel you. You had talked about at one point in an interview that you used to drink Hennessy during halftime.
I mean, when I was young, I used to do wild stuff. You know, things that I don't recommend. You know, I had one moment where I was like spiraling down.
And that was
too many things was going on in my life.
And that was part of it?
And part of it, yeah. I think I was before the game. I kind of took a sip of some things, but it was a part of my life where things were spiraling downwards, and it wasn't that bad. Nothing was spiraling downwards. Just mentally, I wasn't strong mentally. Everything just got to me as a 19-year-old kid.
Oh, so this was when you were 19?
I was like 19, and yeah, everything would get to me. You know, I was still like in a young mind frame and still reckless and just so immature at that age, and I got through it.
Okay, so you stopped after you were 19 or 20 or so.
Stop what?
Drinking during halftime games.
Oh, it was one moment.
So it was just one time.
It was one moment. Yeah, I had a moment, and
because for example, Dennis Rodman used to talk about this type of thing all the time. He used to talk about how he used to just get bent the night before and show up.
Right,
with like still hung over during the games.
See, that's not you can't do that if you're an athlete, And now I'm clean. I'm like 90% vegan. I don't drink, unless I have some red wine, But when you're younger, you're just reckless, immature. You just do what you feel is right at the time, But that's if you want to be a really good athlete, or you want to be great,
right?
I don't recommend you have that lifestyle,
right?
I don't recommend you drink at all, ever.
Right, because like Kobe, I heard, has never drank.
Well, Kobe's, he's a great, he's top 5 ever?
I think he's feeling the same aggression that a lot of people are feeling, like the whole, where he said, I've been out for months and years before him. Yeah, a lot of people have been out a lot longer than me and not blown up nearly as quickly or whatever. So a lot of people have that, that built up that feeling about it, and that's okay.
So he said, you got any scripts? I said, nigga, I'll be right back. Ain't bullshit. Got in the car, nigga, went over to Press's house, got the script, foolish. So brought it back, handed it to the nigga. The nigga gave me a check for $1 million.